call HALALYAM La YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM QADASH. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and teach well, orderly and fervently through the Spirit. To the Akim, my fellow laborers, risking their lives and freedom to push His word out in truth and sincerity. To the Akim, YAHAWAH, listening and learning, being doers of the word and abiding in the faith. And to the speckled birds scattered abroad that look like the other nations but are truly Yasharallah to the Spirit, Shalom wa Barakatam. This is your brother Arya, and this is, I believe this is from 2 weeks ago. This was the last 3 precepts video that I did, and this was the first recording where an Ephraimite came up to me, and we engaged in a little conversation. It was really mostly just me listening to him. And I had said that I wanted to do a little lesson going over things that he said and break everything down with the scriptures, because Jake gets to talking and they're like, oh, I'm spiritual, not religious, and they spew a lot of falsehoods, not knowing what it is, not knowing the truth, ignorantly, saying a whole bunch of nothing, basically, and that's not, a personal attack. That's just our people in general. Okay. Well, I'll start with the scripture. All right. Salakia. So, Romans 10:2, for I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. So that's basically, that's like the general rule of thumb when it comes to any jakes that come up, talking, and when if they're not in the truth, if they're not like, hey, Shalom, I believe in YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, this is the truth, I'm an Israelite from this tribe, and okay, then they have a zeal, they may have a zeal, right? They don't all have zeal. I mean, well, that's just in Jake. Jake does have a zeal innately, but then, they go off to all this other stuff, to these other doctrines and these other practices, and that's where, the BS occurs. But Jake has a zeal of spirituality and things like that in them naturally, so really anything that they say, it all goes back to Yahweh Shai and the direction that they take their beliefs. It's not according to knowledge, because it's not according to the truth. Isaiah 8:20, if they speak not according to this words, because there's no light in them. So yeah, but for this instance, right, I kind of just let him say what he wanted to say, because this is a dude. I uploaded a short clip of it showing you the guy. Again, nothing personal. That was just a funny little clip. But not to put all, I don't know, not to put his business out there or whatever, but Jake be involved in things, and I'm like, you know what, I don't even want this problem. It's not that I was scared or I was fearful, but the Spirit just kept my mouth shut, and he ended up mentioning something about his child, and he's like, oh, children are innocent, which, I guess we're going to get to that, but I guess I'll just say it now. No, the scriptures say whoever perished being innocent. The scriptures say, hey, after death, you shall be judged for all the things that you've done, roughly paraphrasing. We're regenerated. Spirits are ancient, but the bodies that our spirits are in are new with each lifetime. So children are not innocent. When the Most High smites a child, or puts a child to death, that child was not innocent. But if I would have said that to him, that would have been a problem. He's like, you talking about my daughter? And that's not wise, right? So that was basically my thing. I guess through the Spirit, the Lord had me just, be harmless as a dove, wise as a serpent. Call Allah YAHAWASHI, not of myself. Because afterwards, I was feeling kind of like, damn, man, I should have said something. I should have did this, I should have did that. But no, man, it's all through the Spirit. Man's goings are of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? So, just to give you the overview, that's basically, how, what this is. And actually, another thing I want to go into to start this out, right, is he came up to me because he wanted a lighter. All right, now Jake asked you for a lighter. What do you think he's going to use it for? He had a blunt in his hand. So off rip, I shouldn't have given him no lighter. Okay. So Sirach 12 and 1. When thou wilt do good, know to who thou doest it. So shalt thou be thanked for thy benefit. So if you're trying to help somebody out, you think you're doing a good deed. That's why brothers say the Lord don't give a shit about you walking an old person across the street. That old person could still get put to death the second after because they're wicked. All right, people's good deeds. The Lord don't see good deeds the same way we see good deeds. Okay, don't give a damn about you giving $1 to the homeless. Right? Now, I'm not saying don't do these things, but because it's all through the Spirit. But don't think that you're building up good deeds. The Lord's not seeing no good deeds. Okay? That's one crazy thing that they used to teach at this school, right? That's big on these Muslims, talking about good deeds and bad deeds and stuff like that. Ain't nothing we could do good. All right, our righteousness is as filthy rags. For by grace, through faith are we saved, not of our own works. Okay? It's the mercy of YAHAWASHI that we're even here, that we're even able to breathe. Ain't no good deeds. There's good things that we do, but as far as building up good deeds, that's not how the Lord is operating. That's not how we're going to be saved. Okay? Ultimately, we have to do the work of the Lord. Okay, walk circumspectly, walk with wisdom, and worship YAHAWASHI, and have brotherly love, sisterly love, strengthen the body of YAHAWASHI, which you could characterize as good deeds. But I mean good deeds in the sense of how the world views it. That's not how YAHAWASHI is pleased. Okay? On top of the fact that when you really understand the truth, ain't nobody, the Lord is not smiling upon no one in this world. He's only ultimately smiling and pleased with the elect. Okay? So you trying to do a good deed to some nigga or some Edomite or some heathen, it's like, well, that's actually the opposite of what YAHAWASHI said to do, as we're going to continue to read. Okay, verse 2 in Sirach 12. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil. And what are our people doing? I don't care how nice they seem, if they're not in the truth, bro. If they're not in the truth is what we have to understand. They're not in the truth. They are an enemy of YAHAWASHI. That's the truth. Okay? So ultimately, they're occupied in evil. They're still eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. They're still committing adultery. They're still committing idolatry. Huge. All right? They're always into all types of women worship, white Jesus worship, the false image of YAHAWASHI, worshiping Esau Edom, the so-called white man, following the ways of the heathen, okay? Profaning the names of the Lord, profaning the Sabbath, profaning the high holy days, okay? Blaspheming. They're doing all types of wickedness every single day. So they are occupied in evil, all right? Nor to him that giveth no alms. Give to the godly man. Verse 4, give to the godly man and help not a sinner. Okay? Do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread. Okay? I gave this dude the lighter. He used it to light his blunt up. I'm helping him destroy his fucking lungs. That's not a good deed. I'm helping him defile his temple. That's not good. I should have held it back. I should have told him I didn't have a fucking lighter, man. Give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby, for else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done to him. You give all this money to these homeless people. They're going and buying drugs, man. Buying alcohol, beer. They're not using it for what they should be using it for, to actually get some food or whatever. No. You're helping forward their affliction. So you're a part of the problem. Jake always talking about, why don't you donate to the homeless and blah, blah. Okay, you feed a damn homeless person for a day. Ultimately, what the hell does that change? We're supposed to be feeding them the bread of life and living waters, man. We're supposed to be giving them the word of BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. That's what matters. That's what's really going to make a difference. All right? We do our job that BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI sanctioned us to do, and he giveth the increase, depending on whoever he wills, you know, to receive his word. Whoever he wants to deal with. But ultimately, he only requires us to do the work. Okay? And loving each other, that's all encompassing. That's a part of it. But prioritizing obedience unto him, that's the main thing. And doing so-called good deeds to homeless people and co-workers and friends and family and people of the world, that's not a part of it. That's not a part of this ministry. That's just the truth. So, speaking to myself, of course, first and foremost, because that's where I even, got the, was able to examine the situation. I messed up, man. I messed up with that. I shouldn't have even gave him no damn lighter. And he asked for it back multiple times because his blunt wasn't lighting up or something. He had to ask for it like 2 or 3 more times. And that was the spirit too. Verse 6, for the Most High hated sinners. He hates sinners. Those that are willfully sinning continuously and turning their backs on him. And will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Give unto the good, and help not the sinner. I had to say it twice. Okay? So there's that. That's what started the whole thing. I shouldn't have given him no damn light. I shouldn't have helped this Jake in the world, man.
They told me I couldn't be here, but I ain't want to be here.
Well, it's according to the...
In prison, they say you gotta be black.
Well, it's either black, Hispanic,
some
or Native
spots,
American.
Yeah, technically, that's like a gang. I'm a gang. I'm too old to be about this shit. But it's not about that. It's about us being represented.
I got
you. So he's saying like, I remember he said his friend was a Hebrew Israelite. He said he couldn't. His friend told him he can't join because, he's into whatever he's into, and you're Puerto Rican. You have to be black. And that's a goddamn lie. Okay? Now, there's a couple scriptures that come to mind immediately. I'll start with Jeremiah 17 and 9. All right. Salakia, that's not it. Jeremiah. What is it? Jeremiah. I was thinking like, damn, I might have had it backwards. What is it? Salakia. Yeah, it was Jeremiah 12 and 9. Jeremiah 12 and 9, right? Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field. Come to devour. All right, now, referring to the heritage of Israel, okay, a speckled bird is a bird of diverse patterns or colors. So, when it refers to Israel as a speckled bird, that means that, hey, we're not homogenous, right? We're not like goddamn Japan where it's a whole bunch of yellow people walking around with straight black hair and y'all look the same. No. That leads me to the next precept, okay? Hosea 7 and 8. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned, right? When you're baking something, and it could be anything, right? But you're baking a cake or a loaf of bread, and you flip it over, you know, the one side that it was resting on, that it was getting cooked on, is darker than the top side, you know. And it said that it's a cake that's a cake not turned. So visualizing that means it's a, you know, those are diverse colors right there. You know, there's a light side, and as you go down to the bottom, it gets darker. And that's the bottom side is the one that was cooked, and the top side wasn't cooked. So that's also a visualization of, hey, we're not all looking the same. We're not homogenous. Okay. Then you have the curses, where the scriptures speak about how we were scattered abroad. Right? I'll just look this up. Scatter. Right? Deuteronomy 4 and 27. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither the Lord shall lead you. Right? And there ye shall serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see but nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. Right? So this was a punishment for our iniquities, because we sinned against YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Well, a part of the curses is that we were scattered abroad. All right, scattered across the four corners of the earth. We're not all, you know, in our own land, following our own holy laws, right? Marrying amongst ourselves, you know, keeping our heritage set apart and holy from the rest of the world. Our language, our customs, our culture, all that. We're cursed. So now our people is all into all this other stuff, into all this other idolatry, so on and so forth. So that's part of the curses, man. Then you also have dispersed. Right? John 7:34. Yahawashi said, "Ye shall seek me and shall not find me, and where I am, thither ye cannot come." Then said the Jews among themselves, "Whither will he go? Where is he going, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?" Right? So this particular passage, this particular verse, proves that what? We understood, all right, during the time of Yahawashi, right? We understood that Our people were scattered. All right. We're not all together in one place. We're all over the world. So they said, you know, what does he mean we're not going to find him? You know, is he going to go among the dispersed, among the Gentiles? Why would they say that? All right. That means, hey, he's going to go to the Israelite foreigners. All right. He's going to go over to the Israelite foreigners. The Israelites that, you know, they may or may not know they're Israelites, but they're Hellenized. They're among the heathens. Okay. They look like the other nations. They keep the customs of the other nations. They speak like the other nations. But they are Israelites by bloodline. Okay? So that's how you understand. You don't go by appearance. You don't go by skin color. You don't go by where you are in the world. No, you go by what? Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI. Right? You go by the Spirit. Try the Spirit. Prove somebody. Okay? We're supposed to preach this word to all nations. Because our people are among all nations. You never know who may be an Israelite. So what do? You try the Spirit. Okay? And you can tell through the Spirit whether someone is an Israelite or not. Because this is something that is spiritually discerned. The Lord said, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. And that's how we operate. Through the Spirit and power of Yahweh and Yahushua. So there's that. So whatever his Hebrew Israelite friend, you know, talking about you have to be black, that's a damn fool and a damn liar. All right? And that's you. That's blood on your hands. You're trying to shut up the kingdom of heaven to a brother. Because he said, hey, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm like, oh, you're Puerto Rican? He's like, yeah, don't I look Puerto Rican? Like almost offended. Like, bruh, you can tell I'm Puerto Rican. Like he has pride in you know, in walking, talking, looking like a Puerto Rican. Right? That's Ephraim. Okay. So there's that. And we'll go ahead and skim through it so it's not too long of a video.
Well, you're an Israelite. You're from the tribe of Ephraim. You know, and it's when we talk about black, Hispanic, Native American, that's just like dominant. You know, it's not based on. It's not about your race.
Like, that's what the book. You walk on water and bring somebody from the dead. That's a superpower.
Yeah, you perform miracles. Yeah, that's power.
It's not miracle, it's a superpower.
Spiritual power.
It's a spiritual power. Like, there's something else other than...
They are miracles. It's spiritual power and these are miraculous works. Okay? I'm not even going to bother with the Muslim shit, but he did perform miracles. Yeah, they're miracles. Alright? He performed miracles and he had spiritual power. Okay.
In this world that people don't know.
Yeah.
Because I feel it's a sixth sense.
You see, he's talking about sixth sense, he's talking about this and that. That's innate spirituality within Jake. Alright, he knows that it's something, right? But he just don't have the truth. He knows that, you know, it's a spiritual thing that's just within our people, you know. So easily through the Spirit you can tell that's a Jake, man.
You understand? Some people got it, but they ignore it.
Yeah.
Because they say reality, they don't define reality with imagination. They say a sixth sense sometimes it's just your feelings and emotions. Nah, it's something else.
It's the spirit.
To say that it's all
something else
science.
because you believe, yeah. No, it is science.
Well, real science, yeah, not Esau Edom pseudoscience.
Something made us, regardless.
There's a higher power, pretty much.
You understand? Even if aliens made it made us. You understand?
That's where he loses me. I'm like, okay, bro. Now you're talking about aliens made it made us. So I'm saying there's a higher power, and I'm referring to the Most High, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Then he said, something made us. Even if aliens made that something that made us, right? It still made us. So now he's saying that there may be something even above whatever created us. In a sense, you know, you could kind of take that and say, well, Yahawah, right? The Most High made what? Yahawashi. Yahawashi was the first spirit ever created. And then Yahawashi, along with HALALYAM, right? The powers of heaven, the angels, made everything else, you know, the worlds. So in a sense, it's like that you could, I don't want to use his terminology, but that's kind of through the spirit too. You know what I mean? But we know that Jake doesn't mean it like that. He's just, you know, all over the place.
So it's like, yeah, I don't got no music. Honestly, I want to say something to you, but you're going to leave me like crazy. Because I was just watching something. And you on live?
No, it's just recording.
Right? So.
And by the way, I said, nah, I always say, you know, if I'm not live, I say, no, I'm just recording. Because that can be edited. All right, so that's why I say that. Okay. So to the, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, yeah, it seemed like your intention was to kind of scoff. So to the fool that commented what I said on the short, that's what it is. Okay, use your head a little bit. Clearly, I didn't upload this video. I'm only just getting to this now, and it's for edification purposes. All right. So yeah, no, it's just recording. It's not live.
I mean, I've been looking at, I was looking at some things, and they were talking about the books that they found. That hidden book that they found.
Yeah.
About the angels and shit. And I was just looking at something else, though. Cracker. We be talking about what really happened with God. He said some crazy shit. He said he thinks Jesus was Lucifer. He incarnated.
Yahawashi is, you know, because Lucifer means light bearer. So you could say Yahawashi is the real, you know, Lucifer, because Lucifer means light bearer. That's where you get that clip of Apostle Tahar, you know, saying, hey, we the real Luciferians. Because we the ones that really got the light. But Jake took that and was, oh my God, Lucifer, Lucifer. You don't go into the meaning of words, clearly. Because if you did, you'd understand what he was saying. It's not even that deep. Lucifer means light bearer. That's all that it is. That's all that is. It's really that simple. Okay? But Jake is so stuck with that plantation Christianity. Don't go into no meaning of words. You hear something and you just run with it. You just get so offended.
Because Lucifer and Jesus said the same thing about the apple. So it was like, okay, which actually that was proven. Lucifer said he was the snake. Allegedly Lucifer was a snake. And Jesus did say something about him. You feel me?
Yeah.
But the That's crazy. Like, nobody looks at that.
Lucifer was the snake, and Jesus did say something. You know, I don't know what he's referring to, but we know, you know, Genesis it wasn't a literal serpent. It was a man. It was the sons of the wicked. Okay. And Lucifer again just means light bearer. It wasn't no devil. It wasn't Satan. You know, that, you know, deceived Eve. It wasn't the spiritual demon Satan. No, it was the sons of the wicked. Okay. It was the spirit of Esau, Edom. The same spirit that was in Cain. You know, from the sons of the wicked to Cain to Esau, Edom. You know, that's where it refers to the old serpent. You know, the devil and Satan. The devil meaning the deceiver, right? And Satan meaning adversary, but the spiritual demon Satan, right? He does the will of the Heavenly Father on the left-hand side, though. Okay? Because ain't no angels rebelled against Yahweh. Alright? Satan is a son of God. He's just doing the will of the Heavenly Father on the left-hand side. He handles the negative things, because what Isaiah 45:7 says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, HALALYAM and YAHAWASHI, do all these things. So clearly that means that Yahweh is in control of everything. And whatever happens is sanctioned and willed by him. Right? So it just so happens that Satan is like the face of the left-hand side of YAHAWASHI's will, of his judgment. And you could say, what? You could say that, you know, the spiritual demon Satan is the face of the left-hand side, and YAHAWASHI, right, is the face of the right-hand side. You could put it like that. Maybe that provides some more clarity. Okay? And then when you go into the sons of the wicked, the same spirit going into Cain and the same spirit going into Esau, Edom, right? Him being the devil that the Bible speaks of, the deceiver, the slanderer, the accuser, you know, the malicious one, the wicked one, the border of wickedness. This is a man that aligns himself with the spiritual demon Satan. Little does Esau, Edom know, Satan's not on his side. Satan is on Yahweh's side. And he's obeying the will of the Heavenly Father. So Esau, Edom is not doing nothing that Yahweh is not allowing him to. It's all according to prophecy. It's all according to the purpose that YAHAWASHI has sanctioned. Okay?
They said something about Lucifer wanted to overthrow God.
And see, that's where he's going. We already know that's false. Again, Job chapter 2, starting at the top. The sons of God came to present themselves. Satan was also among them. So he's a son of God. He didn't sneak in. Okay? He wasn't rebellious. He wasn't like, yeah, I'm going to take Job. I'm gonna take his soul and he's not going to serve you. And no. Okay? Satan is obedient unto the Heavenly Father. Whatever happens, whether it was Job, whether it's us, whether it was the men of old, the generations of old, all that, you know, it was YAHAWASHI's will. He allowed it. Okay.
Well, they say that's because he wanted to be like them.
Nobody knows why.
Nobody knows why. He's like asserting that. He's asserting that no one knows, and no, there's no answer. And that's why I'm like, bro, you know, why am I must sit here and argue with someone that refuses to hearken, with someone that refuses to believe? Okay, shall the incredulity of them, hey, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, right? All the unfaithful shall die in their faithlessness, right? Incredulity meaning you just refuse to believe. Okay.
Not one person in this world knows why.
I feel you.
He said he
I feel you, and I don't feel you.
wanted to be God.
Yeah.
Why? And God gave him a position.
Right.
Jake just wanted to be heard. He just wanted to say what he wanted to say.
Some people don't.
Exactly.
And I make what? Did God, I'm ask you a question. Did God, or did he not, destroy a city with men, women, and children? Did he not kill men, women, and children?
Yeah.
That's all I need to say, good brother.
What?
Excuse me.
But
It
why?
wasn't, it really wasn't, it was Jesus that made the commandment. God didn't make the commandment. Jesus did.
So you believe in the Bible?
It has some proper structure to it.
He's like, didn't God destroy a city with men, women, and children in it? And I thought it was referring to Sodom and Gomorrah. But it's not like that's the only time the Lord destroyed people. I mean, he flooded the whole earth and killed everybody except Noah, his 3 sons, and their wives. I mean, that's not really saying anything. Like, you think you're making a point by saying, didn't God kill? Yeah, he killed people. He kills people every day. Judgment goes out every day. Okay? Again, we're, not to get personal, but Jake be killing people. Jake be killing his own people. Like, let's not even go there. Okay? And guess what? The Lord, again, man, going back to Job, right? What is it, Job 8? Is it Job 8? Salakia. Okay, Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished, being innocent, and where were the righteous cut off? Okay, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. Okay, by the blast of the Most High they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed. So, where were the righteous cut off? There was something I was thinking about when he was saying all that, and I was thinking about when Abraham was asking YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI before he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, because Abraham knew Lot was there, that he was dwelling there, so he was repeatedly asking, oh, well, will you spare the city if there was 100 righteous people in it? The Lord said, yeah, for their sake I will not destroy the city. Okay, how about 50 people? For their sake I will not destroy the city. 10 people. For their sake I will not destroy the city. Okay, Lord, be patient with me, BAHASHAM. Be not angry at thy servant. If it was like one person, will you have mercy on them? Will you not? For that one person's sake, that the Lord said, even for that one righteous man's sake, I'm not going to destroy the city with them in it like that. You know, I'm going to say the Lord knows, the scriptures say that the Lord knows how to deliver the righteous out of temptation, out of calamity, whatever it is, and to still punish the wicked. The scriptures are consistent. YAHAWASHI is consistent in everything and perfect in all his works. You can't say nothing that the scriptures didn't already go into, that the scriptures didn't already break down. All right. And again, YAHAWASHI is justified in all his works. All his works are righteous. Okay. So it had to happen. They were wicked. They were committing all types of abominations. You know, people were you know, being given unto their lusts and all types of wickedness. And the Lord put a stop to it. That's righteousness. That's what needs to happen. Otherwise, everyone's going to destroy themselves. That's what's happening now. That's why we have the warning, the prophecies of, look, it's going to be by fire. Last time it was by water. This time the second death is going to be by fire. But the elect shall be saved out of this. And the rest of the world is going to get destroyed. Right? And the Lord reserved a number, right, that is going to go be the first fruits of slavery of, you know, the ones among the heathen. All right, for the elect to take into captivity through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, you know, as a part of establishing the kingdom of heaven. All right, that's prophecy, you know. So you're talking about, that's all I got to say, my brother. Well, you know, you have to get the full understanding. It's not as simple as, well, you can't kill people. Because even when you go into the law, we stone people, don't we? We hit people with rock showers for when they commit iniquity, when they, you know, perform wickedness unto death, that's worthy of death. That's us killing right there. When the scriptures say thou shalt not kill, that really means thou shalt not murder, which is what Jakes be doing in, you know, their gang affiliations, their blocks, over blocks and stuff, in prisons. Eve killing their damn mother, their grandma, or whatever, you know, their children. That's murder. Okay, thou shalt not murder. Senseless, unjustifiable murder. Okay? But there are times when killing is necessary, when killing is justified, when killing is sanctioned by YAHAWASHI. Okay?
But that's how we're supposed to live.
Hey, that's spiritual. He said, when I asked him, hey, do you believe in the Bible? Because I was like, let's get to the bottom of this. You know? He's like, well, look, that's how we're supposed to live. Because it's the spirit, man. It's innately within our people. They know, like, hey, this is ultimately, it's something about this Bible. It's something about the scriptures. It's something about YAHAWASHI, even though they don't know him. Okay?
That's how we're supposed to live.
Yeah.
But how are we supposed to live like that when they say Jesus got the word from God to live like that, and he killed a whole city with men, women, and children?
So basically, it seems to me like he's trying to call the Most High a hypocrite. He's like, how are we supposed to live like that when YAHAWASHI, you know, got the word from the Most High, but the Most High is killing people? So who are you that replies against the Most High? You think you, in your mortal understanding, in your emotions, in the little knowledge that you have, you think you know better than the Most High? Okay? That's pride, man. That's pride. It's the same thing with these people saying, oh, why is he letting people starve? Why is he letting children starve? You believe in a God that's letting people do this. And it's like, so what is your explanation for what's going on? I mean, fuck your explanation, but like, I mean, I always love to be like, well, look at this, right? Because you guys are comedians, you guys are celebrities. You guys are people with your opinions being heard, with influence and all this. What are you putting your money towards? Because it looks like you're just enjoying life. Okay? And your hypocritical ass is still going to be in church on Sunday morning. You're still going to call on God when you need help, when you need this and that. Right? You're never thankful, but you always want to put the blame on him. Right? And then with all your resources that you have, that your people have, especially Esau, Edom, and you heathens, man. I don't see y'all doing shit to help nobody. I don't see you people doing something about the starving children. Okay? I don't see you people doing anything about impoverished communities. I mean, you niggas won't even help your fellow so-called Americans. You barely even give a shit about your fellow Babylonians, and you have the nerve to talk about starving children in Africa as if you really give a shit. On top of the fact that you don't really care about them Hamites, let alone Israelites. So what the hell are you even bringing that up for? You're a filthy ass hypocrite.
I don't understand that.
You're talking about like Sodom and Gomorrah?
No, Babylon.
Babylon?
In the Bible and the movie.
They said in the Bible and the movie. I don't know what he's referring to. But anytime a civilization was destroyed and brought down, it was judgment from the Lord. It was prophecy. Okay? And it was perfectly justified. And ultimately, it was all for everything centers around Israel. So it was mercy upon us. Okay? It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed. Okay?
Man went to Babylon and saved people and left. There were still men, women, and children, regardless if they was bad or not.
Okay, first, so there it is, okay? I was about to say, fuck them women and children. But then he said, regardless if they were bad or not. So that shows you right there, his judgment is off. That's another thing with people in the world, is they are so quick to call everybody innocent. What about those innocent people? All these innocent people. What are you talking about? You notice I just randomly thought about this, but you notice in superhero movies, when they're fighting in the cities and stuff, they're destroying all types of buildings, they're killing all kinds of people, and they just go and consider that collateral damage. They have no problem with that. The way, Esau Edom puts this shit in his movies and TV shows and comics and stuff like that. The way he thinks, like he's gonna put it out there. Alright, Esau Edom believes that he got the truth, that he got the answers. And people just follow his ideology. Like, with no question. With no question. Yeah, they break down certain morals in terms of individual character basis, but they don't look at the bigger picture at all. They want to look at the so-called bigger picture when it comes to BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. All of a sudden, they get on a moral high ground. When... if you look at, let's look at your life, nigga. If you look at yourself, which that proves their hypocrisy because they can't even examine themselves, right? They'll never admit, they'll lie their asses off. But look at your own judgment, bro. Look at the things that you say. Your judgment is off, man. You rule according to your emotions. Whoa, but she's so beautiful. They go off of looks. She's so innocent. Look at the children. Okay, can you tell me? Do you know what kind of lives they lived? So you just know them personally. You know everything about them, and you know that they're just innocent. Get the fuck up out of here, man. People so hypocritical, man. No, they fucking not innocent, bro. You don't even have to look at you don't even have to understand regeneration. Just look at this right now. Look at the world, man. Look at the people in the world. They're not innocent. Stop with that bullshit. The problem is their morals are so fucked up. They don't get their morals from YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. You know, deep down, that's how we determine morals. But they're so corrupted that they force themselves not to follow the scriptures, not to follow the morals set by YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, which that he sets the standard for morals. That's how we know right and wrong. There is no other moral code. There is no other moral values but the ones set by YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. So they go against it. So you have people, they get mad when people lose their, so these news anchors, I heard a story about this Israelite man, you know, having an affair with what appeared to be an Edomite woman, right? You know, what appeared to be an Israelite man having an affair with what appeared to be an Edomite woman. And both of them, right, they're married. But those two news anchors had an affair together, right? So they both, quote unquote, cheated. Well, they both committed adultery because the Israelite man had sex with a married Edomite woman. The Edomite woman had sex with someone other than her husband. So they both are adulterers, you know? They ended up losing their jobs when they found out about their affair. People were running to their defense saying, why are people losing their jobs over, you know, so-called infidelity, over, you know, personal sexual affairs and stuff like that? Let them deal with the divorce. Let them deal with their own stuff. Nigga, what are you talking about? They should be put to death, you idiot. You see, your morals are all fucked up. But if somebody calls someone a faggot, right, you can lose your fucking job. Your livelihood is ruined for saying that someone is an abomination when they are an abomination. For pointing that out, for being a little rude, using a bad word, you can lose your whole livelihood. You can get blackballed because of that. But when you commit adultery, you shouldn't lose your job? That's the least that should happen. Okay? Are you kidding me? These people is all types of messed up. They talking about, oh, don't judge me, no slut shaming. But you can talk about a man's appearance, his height, call him a midget, call him short, call him, oh, you're balding, oh, your beard doesn't connect. Especially women are real good for that. They so hypocritical. They always talk about don't fat shame, this and that. Soon as you don't like another woman, you're gonna attack their appearance. When y'all always have, oh, every woman is beautiful. Girl, you're beautiful. And look, I'm gonna be real. She be fat as shit. She be looking horrible. She be having pounds of makeup on her face. Right? If you really loved your fellow women, you tell her, girl, you need to get your shit together, basically. But no, it's always automatic beauty. You know, you're beautiful, yes. Let's have plus size models and enable this unhealthy, you know, ugly lifestyle. But then they turn around, they get into an argument. That's the first thing that they go for. Bitch, you fat. Bitch, you got a double chin, blah, blah, blah. You know? Hypocritical. You're not even consistent with your own goddamn morals, man. You're not even consistent with your own views. People change based on how they feel, okay? They're not consistent, meaning they have no integrity, okay? So why the fuck would I listen to you? I'm gonna go with YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. This is why you don't care. You're not supposed to care about what the hell these people are talking about how these people feel. Because they're dumbasses regardless. They're hypocrites regardless. Okay? This is why YAHAWASHI is dealing with the world as he is. Like, ain't gonna be no more talking. We see what's wrong with these people. Every single day. They prove these people are not fit to have liberty, man. Especially Esau Edom is not fit to rule. You see how he got the world. Okay?
Committing sin. They were still in there.
Give a fuck where they were. I don't care if there was women and children. It don't matter. That's the problem. A bitch could do all this. Y'all gonna say, she's a woman, bro. She's a woman. She a female. Give a fuck if she's, well, you know, let's just continue.
Allegedly, he destroyed that sin. Kill him. God is not good or bad.
God, the Most High, is good. It ain't no vague, moral neutral, right? He is good. The Most High is good. Everything created is meant to be for good, right? You read that in the book of Genesis. The Lord created this, that. You know, the YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, right? Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, giving charge unto YAHAWASHI and HALALYAM, the powers of heaven, created everything. The worlds were framed, right, by the word of Yahweh, right? And they saw what? They saw that it is good. Okay? Everything created was good. And it was meant to be, it was meant to go on forever in eternal peace and harmony. So it ain't there's no good or bad. That's nonsensical.
It's fair though. So, where do we stand at?
Well, for me, personally, I believe that the Bible, the Holy Scriptures, is the Word of the Most High God, and it's the 100% truth. And He's justified in doing those killings like that. Yeah. Everything is spiritual.
You know, while I'm speaking, when I'm going into it, then he's like, you notice how the wind started blowing? He's not listening to nothing I'm saying. And he could notice that through the Spirit. That is spiritual, right? He noticed that, right? But he kept on asking for that lighter. When the Lord was putting that damn blunt out, he kept on like, no, I gotta light this shit. Okay? So how about you be consistent, right? So I'll take the wind, because it's not meant for you. This word is not for you, right? But you kept on asking for that lighter though. You know, I stopped talking. I was just listening to you. I was just listening to him, but he didn't learn his lesson. He kept on asking for the fucking lighter, even after I put it away like 3 times. And you know, again, we're held to a higher standard, so it's on us ultimately. I shouldn't have given him the light in the first place, you know. And then I wouldn't even have had to engage. But hey, it's all through it's all through the Spirit, right? Because this is how I got to do this lesson right now. This is how we learn and we grow from things. Everything is meant to be. Everything is spiritual. Whatever happens is meant to happen. Okay? So I can't even really say all that. But just to point that out, it's like, you notice how the wind started up and you want to interrupt a man in the midst of his speech. You had no intentions of listening, you know, but you can light that blunt up over and over and over. You might as well have kept the lighter at that point.
How much shit happened to me because I contradict, find strange things. things fall. Shit is crazy. I know certain things.
Hey, well, things happen to Jake all the time, okay? Well, the scriptures tell us, concern it not, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which has come upon you. Don't be shocked. Don't be amazed. Don't be, don't be confounded by the things that happen to you, because it's all through the Spirit. It's all YAHAWASHI is doing. So we have to take everything in stride, like, okay, let me observe this. Let me take a step back and use wisdom and look at it with spiritual discernment. Don't be all bugged out like, oh my God, I can't believe I lost everything coming into the truth. Is this really the truth? Blah, blah, blah. No, it's a fiery trial. It's a part of what has to go down in order for us to be made new, in order for us to be refined. It's supposed to happen like this. Everything that's going on is for a reason. When people get put to death, when judgment goes out harsh, okay, what, you're gonna bug out? Oh my God, she was innocent. But you clearly not filtering everything through the scriptures. You clearly haven't been reading. You clearly don't have understanding. Okay, if you're still operating off of emotion instead of through the Spirit. All right.
When you gave, I really believe in the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad's life.
You're talking about, I listened to the teachings of Prophet Elijah Muhammad. He said Muhammad Elijah, but it's Elijah Muhammad. And that's another damn Farrakhan, Riza Islam, whoever else getting into Islam and all that BS. Liar, leading our people astray, man. Writing books on stuff that's not true, man. And yet, at the same time, they will acknowledge that we are the children of Israel, but they won't go straight to the source. They'll go to that Muslim bullshit, that damn false, unholy Quran. Yeah, I'm gonna say it like that. It's an unholy fucking Quran, man. Telling you you can beat your wife, you can forsake her in bed, right? Telling you, oh, if you don't want to do what the prophet says, Allah will go ahead and give the prophet better wives than you, and he'll leave you. Right? He had so-called black slaves. He took his nephew or his cousin or somebody's wife, and he was just like, well, Allah said to, don't worry, I'm supposed to. Allah told me to take your wife. I'm not making this shit up. I went to a freaking Muslim school like the majority of my life, man. This is shit that we learned, all right, in classes, in hadiths, all that. This is like what they believe. This is real. Okay, I'm not making none of this up. I can't make this up. I'm not thinking about this shit like that. But that's really what they believe. These are actual things that they taught. So, they believe that when I think they call him Yusuf, they say Jesus in Arabic is Yusuf or something like that, or Isa. They say it's Isa. They said when he was a baby, he was talking, he could speak as an infant or some shit like that. They're saying that he never died. Okay. They say Muhammad is the last prophet, and Muhammad was a descendant of Ishmael. So why would the Lord go from Isaac, right, and Jacob, the Israelites, the children of the book, right, the people of the book, referring to the scriptures, the Bible, the Israelites, all of a sudden you're going to switch to Muhammad, and Muhammad is just the last prophet? What are y'all talking about? Like, how does that even make sense? The Lord went from Hebrew, right, to what, Arabic? Arabic is not that old of a language. Okay? You do the research, ancient Hebrew is the what? The ancient Shemitic, right, language. like Proto-Canaanite alphabet. You know, even before Aramaic, before the Samaritan. You know, it's the old ancient Hebrew. That's the original tongue. The script, the writings styles may change, but it's always been ancient Hebrew. Okay?
Define the word.
Yeah.
What I just said, young brother. What I just said, I saw some on YouTube. They assassinated and executed 6 to 7. I don't know if there were men in it. There were women and like 2 kids. Blew their heads off, execution style, on YouTube. Because they broke fast. Right? Shiite Muslims. They were Shiites. You have Shiites, you have Sunnis. Shiites are the Al-Qaeda, Taliban. Extreme.
Well, he just proved the thing. Well, then Muslims, they spread Islam by the sword. That's how, during the sub-Saharan slave trade, the Israelites were being taken to harems. They were being forced into Islam by who? Ishmael. Them damn Ishmaelites, them so-called Arabs. Ishmael was forcing Islam on Elam as well. Them so-called East Indians. Pakistan, that's how they're Muslims over there too, learning fucking Arabic. Okay? Elam is into Shiva. Elam is into, Sanskrit, Hindu, whatever the hell. They're not into fucking Islam. That shit was forced on them too. Just like how you hear an Indian speaking English, their accent is fucking British, bro. Because of what? British, conquest, British occupation. They were oppressing them too. And come to find out, Edom and Ishmael mixed a lot. They mixed a lot. They were among each other, intermingling. So a lot of Ishmaelites is actually Edomites too. The ones around North Africa. They're very similar. A lot of Ishmaelites view themselves as so-called white people. Okay? Those niggas is fucking oppressors. So when he's talking about they was beheading people, execution style, women and children, because they were going against certain Islamic principles. The bitch might have showed her ankle too much. They don't want to wear hijab. They start drinking on Babylonian wine. And they want to get rebellious and stuff like that. They'll fucking kill them. They'll just behead them. Honor killings, they call them. And he wasn't making that up. I'm not making that up either. And there's the Sunni and Shia Muslims. They say the Sunni are the ones that are like more westernized or some shit. They're like more, Islam is a religion of peace, which that's a fucking lie. And then the Shia Muslims are the Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, ISIS, the more extreme ones. But they follow the book, bro. They're going by the book. Those are the ones that are really about that Quran. The Sunni ones is westernized. Okay? If you tell a Muslim here in Babylon, it says you can strike your wife. It says you can forsake your wife in bed. They're going to be like, well, no, that doesn't mean that. Well, it's old Arabic. Some things we don't know what it means. So, I'm not going to go by what an English speaker says. I'm going to go by the Quran. And some things in the Quran, well, we just don't know. Man, get the fuck up out of here. It's imams, sheikhs saying this. Okay? Y'all are denying your own goddamn book. You're denying the teachings of your own book. But it's not about Islam right now, man. But I just hate Man, I hate that shit. I hate Islam. Biggest fucking hypocrites. Complete fucking hypocrites when it comes to, you know, it's them plantation Christians and damn camel driving freaking. Let me not say too much because YouTube probably take this shit down. Yeah, again, nothing personal, but this is the truth, man. It's the truth, man. Fuck everything that's not YAHAWASHI. Just period. Point blank, period.
You understand? You understand? And it's a shame how they brought, like I'm having a problem with that now. I'm so negative. And it's like, I be on this and that. So many people got into my son's head. And into his stepdaughter head. Basically my stepdaughter. Not together, but that's his sister. In her head. That there's something wrong with me. Because of what I do.
Hey, well, blessed are you and men shall revile you for the Son of Man's name's sake. Of course, he's not in the truth, you know. But when you're trying, at least, you know, if you're even trying, you know, because our people will have glimpses of, hey, well, look, this is what it is. You need to count the cost. Most of our people are not going to go all the way, you know, but it happens, you know. And then he's talking about, well, also the curses just in general. We got the curses on us. People getting into his son's head, his children's head. That's Babylon. They're that's what they're doing. They're targeting the children. That's real shit. You know? Hey, man. You could literally look at me. I'm just tired, man. I'm just tired of listening, sitting here. Because Jake is, you know, Jake says spiritual things. Again, the truth is innately within us. You know, we're innately spiritual people. But it's like, this shit is exhausting dealing with Jake when they're being, you know, stiff-necked. And because ultimately Jake just wants to be heard. Honestly, Jake just wants to be heard. He wants to find answers. But, you know, the Lord got to be dealing with you. He has to open up your understanding for you to receive it. If it's not for you, it's not for you. You might as well just, you know, try to enjoy Babylon or something. But we want our people to repent, you know. But you gotta be quiet and listen. You have to humble yourself. You know, there's not much. He didn't really say much else. So I guess I'll close it out with this. Okay. Sometimes it's like you have to put a V instead of a U, and it can be confusing. It might be this one. Yeah, 2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 34. Therefore, if so be that you will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, which is your mind, right? Heart goes into the Hebrew word lab, and that is referring to your mind, because your heart is just an organ that pumps blood. You don't think with your heart. You don't feel with your heart. You feel with your mind. Your emotions, your thoughts are in your head. Okay? Ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. That goes into regeneration as well. Again, we're not making nothing up. This is all the truth. While I'm at it, I'll just get Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto YAHAWASHI, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by what? The renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, that acceptable and perfect will of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as Yahweh hath dealt to every man the measure of faith. Okay?
Israelite, now you can't be Israelite. What read it? Expect to go to heaven. I told you, man, it's in my peace.
Right. I got you.
Man. God bless.
God bless you too.
Alright, man, so yeah, that was, that's pretty much it. It's just, it's Jake. But sometimes that's how you gotta deal with them. Don't beat yourself up if you don't get all the words out that you wanted to get to. Ultimately, it's not about you. Don't let your pride get in the way. The brothers told me that, when I showed them this, and I didn't want to upload this video, of course, and I was thinking like, damn, I should have said this, I should have said that. But I was quiet the whole time for a reason, because that's all through the Spirit. Okay? And the brothers was like, hey, well, that's using wisdom. Cast not thy pearls before swine. And it's a learning moment. We have to be circumspect. We have to use spiritual discernment. So, hey, that's just what it is. So, and plus I'm out there by myself a lot of times, so there's no need to get into no issues. If same thing with like centurions. If police roll up on you, agree with thine adversary quickly, okay? Because that's the wise thing to do. Why would you welcome all types of issues and altercations upon yourself just because you're like, you want to be all zealous? And when Yahawashi was in trouble, what did he do? He got the fuck up out of there. Get the hell out of Dodge. Same thing with the prophets of old, man. Elijah, King David, he was using wisdom. He had so many opportunities to kill King Saul, but he's like, no. All right. He humbled himself. He's like, no, I'm not gonna take this man's life. So yeah, we have to be wise. We have to be merciful, and we have to let go of our pride. Don't think of ourselves more highly than we ought to think, but be sober-minded. And ultimately, it's all in Yahawah's hands. So I pray the lesson was edifying, exhorting, and uplifting through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. The Wadi Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, Kayaha, RAWCHAA, bestowed upon me to bring out this lesson and push forth His word. Keep pushing, keep praying, keep fasting, keep enduring, keep striving for the truth unto death. And Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi shall fight for thee, and keep abiding in the faith. DTA, abide with all. Kwam Yasharala, stay strong, we're almost home. Shalom, wa barakyam, lahabacharyam, meaning peace and blessings to the elect. Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi Ratazah, willing, we're a part of that number. Mahabatam, may the blessing of election be upon all your households, and blessings, honor, glory, and power be unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Tam Yad, Walai, Walamyam, always and forever. Shalom.